and good afternoon to you and everyone. Welcome to the webinar on Cambridge O-Level and IGCSE qualification for UAE students and the world students organized by the Education Council Committee of the Pakistan Business Council. I'm happy to see such a diverse group of educators, parents, and students gathered here virtually today. This purpose of the webinar to shed light on the incredible advantage and opportunities that these important qualifications offer from the O-Level virtual school. Whether you are an educator seeking to enhance for teaching strategies and parents guiding your child educational journey, or a student educating your academic options, we have tailored the webinar to provide you with a valuable insight. Throughout the session, our speaker will discuss the international recognition of the Cambridge O-Level and IGCSE throughout the O-Level virtual school, their comprehensive curriculum, and the flexibility they offer. Furthermore, we'll delve into the ways in which these qualifications prepare students for future academic endeavors and careers pathway. The emphasis on English language proficiency and the continuous support provided by the Cambridge will also be highlighted. This webinar is not only an opportunity to expand your knowledge, but also a platform for meaningful interaction. We encourage you to actively participate in this discussion and question and share your experiences. Once again, I welcome everyone, but I will have my main points on the virtual school, which has provided waves in the whole world, especially the flexibility of timings where you're flexible and you can attend and do your courses. Especially, I will add on the online session, and I give little my insight. I read the whole speech in the beginning just to explain the objective of this webinar. But how the Pakistan Business Professional Council think is because of the pandemic, we, the council, were really suffering. And this pandemic has taught us going beyond the world. And with this pandemic, we perform many activities than we used to do before. And we take the advantage of going beyond the borders, and we access to the community in Pakistan and in the world and provided information about United Arab Emirates, inter-exchanges, and thus have developed many areas, especially in respect to Pakistan, where we promoted the Pakistan economy, we promoted the upcoming plans, we promoted the UAE objective of the Vision 2030, we promoted and we participate in Expo. So the virtual, this all because of the pandemic. If you all remember that, during the pandemic, everything was chaos and the world was closed completely. And I admire the UAE leadership, the way they have organized and conducted it, and we successfully passed the pandemic period, especially when Expo 2020 started on 1st of October 2021. And that time, the whole world was closed. And when this was open on 1st October with a big celebration in Dubai, and that day the world opened. I'm just reminding everyone the leadership of the UAE and appreciating the leadership of the UAE that the world opened that day. And imagine 25 million people attended this event during pandemic. It is really remarkable. And we salute the leadership on that. And since then, the UAE is open, but the learning has came of doing things by online, doing things virtually, and what is the benefit they draw. I will also share with you, with all the participants, that the Pakistan Business Council working, our education committee, which is recently formed, although the education work has been done for last many years, for improving the infrastructure, improving the quality of teachers, which we are providing to the school, irrespective of the caste and creed. And we formed the committee and we are working on that. And this is, we will take advantage of the OPF, which is the Overseas Pakistan Institution, where we are interacting to have the online education for the students which are in Abu Dhabi, which are more than 10,000, which yet to go to the school, because the school resource, because the student cannot able to pay the fees, cannot able to go to the school because of the their accessibility is not easy to every day going morning and coming evening. Not every parent can afford that. So this virtual school has come up with advantage to them, and the council is working how we can educate all these students who have not gone to school. And this main subject one can teach is this, which we take it as English, science, technology, and maths. And our language normally everyone knows their own language. So other part of the objective of the council that we want to do is the skilled, unskilled. You all know the Pakistan having a lot of unskilled workers going out, and the council working long many years that we can do is to request Pakistan government to only send skilled workers to internationally. This will cater a good income from them also, good resource for Pakistan also, and make a compulsory training that anybody leaves Pakistan should be trained, should be knowledgeable, should be skilled. And this will be, the name will go up of Pakistan in the world also.
Inshallah.
I will not take much of your time. I will give back to my speakers, Mr. Waqar Saab, who will be explaining more about the Cambridge Upper Secondary School and International General Center for Secondary Education. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saab. With your permission, Waqar Saab, can I take over?
Please.
Dr. Saab, with your permission also.
Yeah, please. Please.
Rabbi Shahri Sadri Lili Amri Wahlul Uqdatum min Lisani Yafqahu Qawli. Dear participants and the dignitaries, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to our webinar, all of you. And I, as the founding member of O-Level Virtual School, I have the privilege to welcome the guests. And I'm so very thankful on behalf of the management of O-Level Virtual School. And on my own behalf, I thank Pakistan Business Professional Council for such a wonderful platform which has been provided to us. And thank you very much to the guests as well. I welcome you all. You will be definitely having a wonderful, enlightening session. Dr. Saab has thrown light on, and this was actually a befitting start. We needed a start like that. Dr. Saab's enlightening discussion in the very beginning, that briefing was good enough for us to take a flight onwards. And as far as today's topic is concerned, definitely it has its own significance. I remember Sheikh Zaid, His Highness, once said that education is like a lantern that lights your way in a dark alley. So you know the education of UAE, the focus, as Dr. Saab has rightly pointed out, the focus of UAE government is there a lot on education. And Alhamdulillah, in our capacity, whatever maximum we can do, we are doing it. And as far as today's topic is concerned, I was asked by the management to just throw light on what actually IGCSE is. Then Waqar Saab will take over. Actually, there are many different systems of education in the world, dear colleagues. And guests. Japanese education system, German education system, international baccalaureate, American education system, Nordic, which is Danish education system, Indian education system. But British education system definitely is considered to be one of the best in the world. And as far as the structure and approach of British curriculum system is concerned, GCSE and A levels, which is affiliated with Oxford and Cambridge, they are the most popular. And GCSE is locally London, whereas IGCSE is international for the international students. It stands for International General Certificate. If the slide is there, if the slide is visible to you, you can see that it is International General Certificate for Secondary Education, which is, in ordinary words, it is called O levels. And O levels, it stands for ordinary level. And A level stands for advanced level. And IAL stands for international advanced level. So today's focus will be on IGCSE. It is the best international education, the world's most popular, as I said in the beginning also. International qualification for 4 to 16 years old, mostly the age is this, roughly over 800,000 entries every year. It's very flexible. Students can choose from 70 subject options are there. They can be tried, they are tested, and they are trusted. So 48,000 schools in 147 countries offer Cambridge IGCSE. Even if you look at the schools in UAE, you will find out that most of the schools, they follow Cambridge. Few, they do follow Edexcel also. Some other Cambridge systems, like high school systems, are being followed, American system. But still, British and in British, Cambridge is considered to be the most popular. Next, please. And what is the system? What is the assessment? Fair assessment for every student. One of the fairest systems of education, very transparent. Assessment at the end of the course via Cambridge approved schools or British Council. So important is schools which are affiliated with Cambridge or even British Council can be used as a platform to appear in the exams. Then fair for all students in every country, particularly those whose first language is not English. Whose language is not English, this is the best platform, IGCSE. Written, oral, coursework, and practical assessments options given, but practicals are not necessary, not compulsory. It depends on the choice of the students. Give students opportunities to demonstrate learning. Grade systems are from A star, which is the highest, to G, being the highest, A star. Because of next. Actually, I am proceeding because most focus will be on what we are going, because most of the guests would be familiar. People are familiar with the system. Just a reminder that what actually IGCSE is. I thought that I should have a little discussion on that, a little light on that, and then we'll proceed. It's excellent preparation for Cambridge Advanced. Like advanced level, if you're planning to go for A levels, the best option is to do O levels. Internationally recognized universities, this is something very important, which it's the significance of Cambridge IGCSE is that internationally recognized universities are recognizing, institutions are recognizing, even the employer is recognizing at the time of employment that qualification was done from the Cambridge IGCSE. Then we can check. There are many universities in the world which are recognizing IGCSE O levels. Next, sir. Okay. Cambridge O levels tailored to needs of different countries, like local. This is something very important. As it is an international exam, it is tailored, it is modified according to the requirements of the local exam authorities, according to the local country's rules and regulations. Here we follow ADEC. So it is tailored for the local organizations, like local Pakistani subjects needs Urdu and Pakistan studies and Islamiyat, they are there. So Cambridge O level is there, tailoring all according to the needs of the people and the countries. Yes, Vagas sir. Next is Cambridge O-Level is an international curriculum, well-recognized international curriculum, well-accepted international curriculum, and it has vast range of curricula. Like it can, there are so many reference books, so many syllabi, so many curriculum from where you can select, but there are a few which are prescribed directly by Cambridge, typically for learners aged 14 to 16, but not no age restrictions are there. Like there are some examples in front of us where students at lower age appeared in IGCSE and cleared the exams. So this is no restriction at any age. Normally of this age of students, they appear and they appear for the final exams, but there is no restriction. For students whose first language may not be English, definitely it is meant for them. Broad and balanced study. As I said, it has vast curriculum, it has balanced curriculum, and it broadens the visions of the students who are appearing in the exams. Over 40 subjects are available. Build skills in creative thinking, inquiry, and problem solving. This definitely caters to the 21st century skills, which are really very famous currently in UAE and all over the world. It caters for that and caters for the requirements of the advanced and developed study system. Yes, sir. Next. Assessment takes place at the end of the course. Now, when we'll go into the detail, the director, Mr. Waqar, will give you the details. There are assessments we can take place at end of course, and there are different intakes, different timings where students can appear. This option is given by the Cambridge that students can participate. You can give the exam, can appear for the intake in any of those. Written, oral, coursework, and practical assessment options give students opportunity to demonstrate learning. You know, this is the era of student-centered learning, not teacher-centered learning. So Cambridge focuses on student-centered learning. Options for students of different abilities. Grades are A to E, with A star being the highest. Yes, sir. And if finally we'll see, actually, I wanted to sum it up quickly. Inshallah, you'll get to know the details. This is all on Google, on the website of Cambridge. But I just wanted to give a touch of that so that before we go into the detail. Excellent preparation for Cambridge Advanced, as I said, A-levels, internationally recognized by universities. And there are many universities which definitely recognize this system of education. I think this was just the introduction of International General Certificate of Secondary Education, which is we call in IGCSE or O-levels. I hand over the mic to the director, Mr. Waqar. We are honored that he is here today. He himself, he wanted to speak to the guests, his viewpoint. And without wasting much of the time, I think I should hand it over to Waqar Sahab. Waqar Sahab, over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Sir Salman, for giving us such a good introduction to the school and to the Cambridge systems. And thank you, Sir Kaisar, as well, for your all the honor in giving us an opportunity to explain what we are offering, what the solution basically we are offering towards our participants and our students and parents. Myself is Waqar Hussain. For all the participants, just a brief introduction. I'm the director of O-Levels Virtual School. The idea started actually a couple of months ago when I met with Sir Salman, and we come to know that there is a great number of students who are not getting good admissions in the schools and also not going to the schools. So we tried to get a solution on that, and eventually with the help of our founding principal, Mr. Salman, and the team of the teachers, which is Cambridge certified, we started our O-Levels Virtual School. So O-Levels Virtual School is registered in London under the name O-Levels Virtual School Private Limited Company. We are providing educational services from throughout the London to over here to having a proper documentation and certification. So what is objective of a school basically? So there are a couple of objectives. The very important objective was that, as very rightly Sir Kaisar told, about 10,000 students out of the school in Abu Dhabi in particular, and UAE in general from Pakistani community, the main issue is the affordability. So our main objective is to provide affordable British education, not only in UAE, but worldwide, wherever the Pakistani community in particular and journal students all over the world can get benefit from our services. The second issue was that there are always gifted students. There are always different students who are having more capabilities and they're sharp. They're always lag behind in a journal class. So we are offering something flexible and fast track options and programs. I will go through in detail in the next slides on that. So like flexibility means they can get, we'll be having lectures on the social media like YouTube. They can go through the lecture as many times as they want. And also they can complete at their own pace. Third objective was we want to provide an alternative solution to the traditional schooling. As there are a lot of students who cannot afford to go to schools or because of any reason, maybe they are doing Hifz or Quran, maybe they are having affordability issue, or maybe the location issue. We're trying to provide all those solutions under our umbrella. So these were our three objectives. The first one, affordability. The second one was the flexibility. And the third one was the alternative solution towards our traditional schooling. So to cater these all issues, we actually had a good research on that, and thanks to Sir Salman and the team that we work on three different programs. The first program is IGCSE O-Levels 2-year program. Second program is IGCSE O-Levels GCSE and International 1.5-year program. And the third one, which is our pilot project as well, that is our IGCSE O-Levels 1-year fast track program. When we go towards the 2-year program, so basically the 2-year program, we tailored for the requirement of students who like to continue the study back in Pakistan, like after O-Levels or IGCSE, they like to continue their A-Levels or A's levels and their university in Pakistan. So overall, in order to pass IGCSE or O-Level, you require only 5 subjects. That is compulsory. One of them is the math, then we have English, and then we have the elective science subjects. So we make it neutral. We say neutral stream that I will include like mathematics, English, chemistry, physics, and biology. Why we choose this? Because after that stream, you can always switch towards even you want to go engineering, you want to go towards the medical, you want to go towards the IT, it's always remain open. But we know that those students who like to continue their studies back home, they require Urdu, Pakistan studies, and Islamiyat. So the beauty of our program is 2-year program is that we convert it into a term system. So like we have term 1, term 2, term 3, and term 4. In the term 4, student will start studying their 3 subjects, which are their main core subjects, and that's been like one of the compulsory subjects by the Cambridge International as well. That is physics, mathematics, and English. And the second term is having chemistry and mathematics. So in a 1-year program, student will be able to complete 2 terms. In these 2 terms, they will not only complete the terms, but also completing and passing their 3 subjects, which is about 60% of IGCSE and O-Levels. Our third term is, there will be 2 options. There will be like chemistry, and then will have option between biology and computer sciences if someone like to go for those. And the fourth option, like our 4th term, is basically for those who like to continue their studies back in Pakistan. They can go for the 4th one and take their Urdu Pakistan studies. So altogether, these 4 terms give them a 2-year plan in which they can continue their IGCSE as per the requirement of international requirement and as well as in the Pakistan requirement if they like to continue their studies. So let's move toward our second program. Second program is 1.5 year, which is basically GCSE international program. It's 1.5 year, and this program is specially designed for the students who are living overseas or living internationally, and particularly in GCSE, all over the world. It is very rightly to say that if you pass 5 subjects, you can go and study in UK, you can go and study anywhere in the good universities to showing that certificate that I have 5 IGCSE subjects. And secondly, I'm going to show those certificates, they will accept it. So internationally, we need only 5 subjects. That's why we emphasize on the 5 major subjects instead of going for elective subjects. So our 1.5-year program giving opportunity to the student, particularly in UAE and as well as worldwide, to complete their 5 subjects at priority before they're going for any elective. As I told you, we make it more generic and open so that they can decide to go anywhere in the field while they're doing their A level or A levels. So our subjects include physics, mathematics, English, chemistry, and biology. And similarly, in our third term, that is basically in which we have two subjects, chemistry, biology, and computer. So one of them can take either biology or computer if they want to continue their studies in IT. They can take computer sciences if they want to continue in medical field, or make it more generic, they can go with the biology. So let's move towards our third program. That is basically our pilot project. That is a fast track program. So for which we have actually, the age criteria we have mentioned is about 14 to 15 years old students who have already passed their grade 8, and they are having some knowledge of British curriculum and IGCSE. There may be retakers, there may be who are having more capabilities to go more faster, and they are having more, more ideas that they can go do best on the time, and they are like more, they can perform better than at their age. As Sir Salman rightly told that there is no age criteria for that. So like Cambridge always say that you guys, it's always preferred to come from 14 to 16, but there is no age limit. I can give you an examples of Sitara Baruch Akbar, who passed at the age of 9, Rai Haris Mansoor, who passed also 8 of the 9, the whole IGCSE, and my son itself in age of 10, he passed IGCSE physics exam in 2020 during the COVID also, which is like giving a lot of people an opportunity. And recently, one of the girl from UK, she passed 34 subjects in IGCSE. So like there is no limit for the subjects, but there is no limit of the age as well. So that's why in our fast track program, all those students who are capable or who want to and wish to complete in 1 year, and between the age of 14 to 15, or even before, and they're capable, our team can assess they can complete their IGCSE O levels in 1 year as well. So beside this, so we have different, when we research it, we notice that our programs are not only for those students who are not going to school. Our programs and courses for those students also who are currently in school, but they need some help. So what is happening when they go for a subject tuition or help on that, they find that it's quite expensive to go even for, like, if you have 5 subjects and you want one help on one subject, there will be issues going on in terms of financial to the parents' pockets. So we are helping those students also by offering different main 5 subjects, in fact, all the 8 subjects and 9 subjects in terms of computer sciences also. So we have mathematics, we have English, we have biology, we have chemistry, physics, computer sciences, Pakistan studies, Urdu and Islamiyat. So they can also study in a group as well. All those students who are going in school and they need some help, instead of paying hourly charges, they can pay monthly, a very minimal fee, and join our group and complete within the sessions and complete all the course from all the Cambridge certified teachers. So this program in which we had tailored subjects, or tailored, you could say individual subjects, you can start as well. So as you know, as I told earlier, that we need 5 subjects. All those students who like to complete early, or who like to complete their O levels or IGCSE, they can always go from even starting from a single subject as well. And they can do in term 1, term 2, and by the way, in 2 years max, they can pass their IGCSE and O levels. And that is actually giving them an opportunity to make it more affordable. So like, for instance, our monthly fees is only $30 per course. So even if they're going for with 4 to 5 classes in a week from a certified and trained Cambridge teachers. So in this way, it's not like a more burden on them. So trying to provide flexibility, trying to provide affordability so that no one in the world can stay away from a good British education. Then after, when you complete your IGCSE and O levels, the question comes now where to go for your A levels, or where to go for their further A levels. So, before A level, we have A level, and at this stage, we are offering about 5 subjects that include mathematics, biology, chemistry, English, computer sciences, and similarly, these all subjects, in the A level, normally students go for 3 subjects. We have opened it for the student, whatever they want to choose, and they can join our program, and still they can continue within the same phase and year with an affordability and flexibility of the classes. And the same way we move, and after completion of A's level, they can go to A level also, and with the same courses also available. So in a nutshell, we can say that after completing of IGCSE grade 10 or 12 until A levels, we have complete solution from the students who can do their complete their education at their own home, convenience of their own time, and with the full flexibility. So good thing about a program is all of our programs are basically in the afternoon. So the question was why we start in the afternoon and why we did not start it to get the program in the morning. The issue that we were facing at that time, the qualified faculty, which is trained. So what is the criteria? So we have the criteria that a teacher must be trained by Cambridge. A teacher must be having 5 to 10 years experience in their particular subject from a reputed school. So all those good resources were engaged in the morning, and that's why we took them in the afternoon, the same faculty in a better way. For instance, Sir Salman is from, like, he's having 15 years of experience in the Islamic English School, Abu Dhabi. Like, it's a great experience. He knows Cambridge O-level like more than everyone else. So we took him as well, our founding principal, and they similarly all the faculty too. Alhamdulillah, right now we have students from Sweden, we have students from Qatar, we have students from Saudi Arabia, we have students from UAE, and our first session, alhamdulillah, has already started last Saturday with our crash program. Well, our next session will be starting, which is our prime, or you could say our pilot project that is starting by Monday, 11th September, with all those international students. So we are basically operating purely very international, and still we're carrying, alhamdulillah, the honor of our country, Pakistan, as well as the beauty of the UAE, which is having multinationalities and trying to provide a better and flexible solution for all the parents and students who really need our help to grow and study together. So if you could say our fee structure in general, so any student with only $30, which I think 110 dirhams or something, can join our program. So fees is not a barrier in our case. And then your accessibility and flexibility is always there. So in UAE, for example, our courses start from 4 p.m. to exactly 8 p.m. or goes till 9 p.m. different A's and A-level when combined on that too. So we make it so flexible, whatever the stream that you want to go 1 subject, you want to go 3 subjects, you want to go 5 subjects, and want to complete quickly. It's all about affordability, flexibility. We make it a convenient path for parents and students and all those who want to improve their study and learn from the teachers at their own pace. There is no hard and fast rule for the fees. We have like special discounts also. If all those getting admissions in September, they will be having 10% discount. You know, the major thing which I want to brought in intention in your guys' mind is from Sir Salman's. Thanks for that too, for their idea. We actually over here to provide a solution to our 10,000 students. And when I talked to last time with Dr. Kaisar, I said that what we can do is, what is our specialty is that the more important part is the secondary school students. And I know the grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're still going on and they have the plans they can forward. But those all the young ones who will be in next 2 or 3 years going to be professionals or going to be joining a workforce in UAE internationally or locally back home, they should have this chance to complete the world best education. Their world best education, and also they should not be lagged behind of anyone in the world and get like, if you have O levels, A levels, yeah, yes, I'm acceptable. You know, Cambridge certificates are acceptable everywhere. And how this all will work, then let me give you a quick example on that too. We are preparing for these all exams, and all the students who study from us, they will be going through exam through British Council itself, while the final certificates will be issued by the Cambridge University itself, which is acceptable worldwide, and the British Council itself is authenticated institution which access the students on their exams and all those. So these all exams basically happening twice in a year. Some countries they also have 3 times, but normally the very famous is May, June exams and October, November. So in this way, students also having you know, sort of flexibility that they can, whenever they are prepared, they think they're prepared, and they're going to, we are with all the way with them throughout their journey to help them, to guide the parents, to educate them how they can go through the British Council registered, and whenever they prepare and they're good, they can go exams. So if you follow our like streams, 2 years program, 1.5 year program, or our fast track program, we'll make sure that with the help of parents and the students' motivation and our teaching staff, we complete this timeline and give a results on time, well within the budget, and make it more interactive and make it more valuable for parents for an alternative school solution. So with this, I would like to thank everyone for their time, and we are open for questions. If there is any, you're more than welcome to ask us. Thank you very much, and stage is yours.
Carlson, sir, thank you very much for explaining from the beginning of your O-level virtual school, how you are educating to the children in UAE and beyond that. I have just a question for the participant that this basic education, or we can say ordinary level education or advanced level, this is the route to have expand their post-education. That is important because this is the basic study. You have this certificate, and these certificates are being recognized all over the world. In the university, that you can explain more. Those who want to take admissions in USA or UK university or any other university, if you can shed light on that, so that will be more information to that.
Great. So in terms of European countries or in UK itself in particular, Cambridge 5, if you pass, you have your 5 individual subjects of Cambridge, which include maths, English, and the science subjects, or any other stream like their accounting, business, finance as well. This is widely accepted all over the world. If, like, for example, in particular, if we are thinking about our Pakistani community who may not like to go internationally and they like to continue studies back home, they have to go for 8 subjects. That's 3 additional subjects. That's Urdu, Pakistan Studies, and Islamia. When they have these 8 subjects all together, through the IGCSE Interboard committee in back and home, they provide an equivalency certificate of grade 10. And then if you're having A's level, like 3 subjects minimum, and they will also provide them an equivalency certificate of grade 12. And in this way, they can continue their studies back home if they like to do the universities. In Malaysia, one of my colleague, his son has recently completed IGCSE, and they also accept even without A's and A level, they give a university prep, you could say a 0 semester program where they complete 1 year and go as an A level, as equivalent to the A level or grade 12, and then they continue the universities as well. There is no doubt that these certificates, because these certificates are issued by Cambridge itself, and these certificates are acceptable all over. In UAE or in different Gulf countries, they have their own regulations. I'll always recommend that parents should go through this as well too. But for sure, for Western countries or going back home in Pakistan, there is no doubt that this is having any acceptability issue.
Okay, I have another thing all for audience. So when you say $30 fees, so the student will go for 1 month, how many hours he will get the study, how you teach those students who will join you, and how many students are in your class, or is it individually, if you can explain.
Excellent. So we try to make it very, very simple for like a normal layman. There are a lot of parents who may be not aware of O levels and E levels. We try to make it very simple. We make it, as I'm an educationist, and Sir Salman is at our back, and he has the complete, background about the education. We make it possible that at least 4 hours study for 1 subject in a week is necessary. We will be having about 4 multiplied by 4, 16 classes of each 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour, which will be taught through, or we are teaching through our Zoom platform. Very simple, the way we have webinar is going through. We shall provide the digital resource books to the students already well in advance. And like, as I told you, when students join us in this $30, they are getting 16 classes, live interactive classes, along with after the class, we'll share with the class notes. And, it's very simple for everyone to know that when you're preparing for IGCSE O level, there are 2 or 3 steps for preparation. Number 1 is the course study. So we will do through these interactive classes, we complete the course. Number 2 is the revisions and past paper practices. And the rest of 25% of the time period will take the past paper practices. We say it in a crash preparation. Or all those schools, they can also join as a crash program. So these $30 are a group study, like a same class in that you have in schools, but that's a virtual class led by a qualified teacher and our IT team, and they will guide through them each steps. All the notes after every class will be shared, and they will, in this way, students learn more with this, with interaction to the students, like in their class, what they're going. Okay, in our class we have like 2 quiz in a month, and then we have a monthly assessment, which is definitely be monitored by our founding principal, Mr. Salman Ahmed, and the teaching team, and we will be sharing reports also. The beauty of the Cambridge is, the Cambridge or IGCSE is that there is no pass and fail, there is grading system. So they have one type, the core system, and second time is the extended system. So for the average students, Cambridge recommended to go for core subjects. So we guarantee you with the core, all the students who are in UAE in particular, and in the overseas and Gulf in particular, who can read and write English very well, they can easily pass the core subjects or core syllabus. Well, for those students who pursue like engineering and higher degrees and they want to go for research or a doctor, we recommend them to go for the extended course. So these both courses are combined in one course, and with this $30 fees for one subject course, they will join a group. In the group class, we are not going more than 25 students. We try to make it as less like 15, depending upon the flexibility and depending upon how students like to interact. We like to make a class very small and want to make it more effective. So in these groups, in this way, in the group, they will go through with their course completion. And giving you one quick example before we go. From September 11, when our session is starting from Monday, this will be ending in May, June. We want to give a sense of achievement, not only to the students, for the parents also. Like, okay, as I told you, one paper of passing, one paper means 20% of IGCSE O levels. So they're going to appear in 2 papers. That means 40% will be completing in next May, June exam. While they will be appearing in October, their 3rd paper, that is the mathematics, that means 60% of their O level will be finished. And while in the next May, June, like 2024, they will be appearing their biology or chemistry. In this way, their steps are completing. So like we convert into bits and steps, so each step give them a sense of achievement, and they're moving toward their completion and with the same affordability. For example, if in a one term we have 3 subjects, so they have to pay $90. If they're taking one subject, they can choose their own pace. That's all on their own choice.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Saab, so sorry, I would like to add something. It was a very valid question what you had asked, and it was well explained by Waqar Saab. I will add that this system of education which we are following, alhamdulillah, is very systematic, well organized, and it is no less than physical classes. Like we are having the lesson plans, we follow the lesson plans, teachers make the lesson plans, they send the lesson plans to us. They have made the curriculum, what is to be taught in this particular week, what is to be taught in the next particular week. 1 month in advance, we get to know what preparation has been made, and this is how the class goes. Like students, they don't have any shortcomings. Whatever questions, whatever problems they face, they do bring it our notice, but it is going very systematic, alhamdulillah.
Why my question was this? Because see, in Pakistan, you see there's a lot of tuitions, schools are there, evening schools are there. After the school, the students go to these centers, tuition centers, and they charge very heavily, if you all know that. And this is the practice in Pakistan, especially. I'm from Karachi, I can see so many, and the student excel. And similar thing, I'm sure they can get advantage from this O-level virtual school. My last question or another question is that Mr. Waqar Hussain Saab can explain that in this Cambridge O-level or ordinary level or advanced level, when a student completes 5 subjects or more, they should add that they can always competent or they are qualified to have some jobs also, because online jobs are too much available in the market now. So if they have this education, they can always get part-time jobs online or full-time jobs. Mr. Waqar can shed light on that.
This is a very good question, sir, and very valid question.
Yeah.
And I will give you one example, and always discuss with Mr. Salman, and he's laughing on that too. I always say, whenever I go into the market, I can say a lot of people with a background of a traditional, degree like matric or FA, when we compare them for an interview, and with a student which is having O and A levels, when they are in an interview, it's been always getting a preference, number one. Number two, I always give an example that you will never find any O or A level students in doing any ordinary job. You will always find them, they are doing good jobs. My son, who is doing O levels, he's earning about $1,000 a month, which he's doing in parallel. And our communication, our teachers are well trained. None of okay, there are 3 or 4 life skills which make you, a good worker, acceptable in the market. Number one is your communication skills. That is English. Number two is your IT skills. Number three is your life skills, how to interact with the people. We from our platform are all the communication and all the teaching instruction, and the medium of communication is English. And all the teachers are either they are native or they are having IELTS qualified from British Council. So market availability in terms, once some student qualify from us, you will find them, they are having a comparative more advantage than an ordinary education in our system. I'm not saying that's a bad, that's very good, but like it's always having more advantage to getting OA levels, as they say, from UK, from Cambridge, and from Pakistan, or from other traditional board. Like even I met with a guy who was doing CBSE, kids were doing, and I talked to the son, his son, he said that, we always say that O and A level students are super students and they are having advantage, their confidence level is different. The way the Cambridge had designed this syllabus, which we are also following, is making creativity. There is no red test system. There is all conceptual, the scenario-based questions. If you don't know the concept, you cannot answer the question. This is where we try to create the creativity in the students and try to help to know what exactly the concept behind the study is and what the practicability. So I believe it's having more marketing comparative advantage, and they can get their jobs as well as, and it's more technical too. Like for those who are completing IGCSE English, it is the same pattern of IELTS English. So if he has one IGCSE English, he knows that how the IELTS goes on. Many of the students are teaching English now. I back home, I went to Pakistan, and in one of the schools, I don't want to mention the name here, they were doing IELTS, and they were all O levels or A level students, and they were doing very well because of their communication skills. So like it's very much acceptable in the market.
Wogar Sahab, what Dr. Sahab said, I think I would love to repeat that. Dr. Sahab said that once students are trained online, the way they'll be having education, the learning this way, this will definitely help them to achieve something online. Like they can get jobs online, they can earn online. Your son is doing the same. Many other students, if they are trained this way, the virtual training will definitely help them to get something in that way also. So Dr. Sahab, he spoke like an entrepreneur, like a real businessman. He looked at things in that perspective also. So I think he's absolutely right. And definitely this is the edge such students will be having.
Yeah, thank you so much. Is there any question by any of the participants? If you can answer that.
We had received, Dr. Wogar Sahab, some of the questions we had received typed form. Would you like to answer if they are in front of you?
I have 3 questions. I'm going to try to go one by one with the sequence. One of the participants asked, my children, but I'm not much currently my children are studying at school, but I'm not satisfied with this education. That's the reason I am searching rich school. Great. So this is one of the reason that's also give us an our motive to brought this as an online or virtual platform. But many students who don't enjoy the schools, or maybe because of the bullying, or maybe because of the burden, maybe they have gifted or whatever. There are a lot of reasons behind it. Yes, this platform is really for them who want to join who like to go for their own pace, number one. And this program eventually giving, like we have a non or anti-bullying policy strictly on that, and the privacy policies in our website also. And we always give students an opportunity to work at their own, yes, within the limits and within our own regulations. So thank you very much. Our platform really for those who are looking for special, and as I told you, we have small span of the class groups are smaller. It's not like bigger class, but so you will teacher and student interaction will be more. And moreover, our IT and our management team is always within the class to monitor each and every moment, each and every question, and we make sure that students' questions should not go unnoticed. and they get the best response from their teacher. Second question is, few students are studying in grade 8, grade 7, and grade 4. You know, as I mentioned before, there is no age limit, but yes, there is a criteria. Students should be good in English writing and good in English speaking. I believe all the students are good. There is only the matter of the atmosphere that you provide to the students and how they can excel in their life. For grade 7 and 8, there is no harm. They can join our 1.5-year program, or they can join our 2-year program, which will give them an opportunity to learn the focus subject, 2 or 3 subjects. And even the younger students, if they're capable, like one of the students from Malaysia joined me, and he is 9 years old, and one of the girl from Saudi Arabia, she joined me at the age of 10, and they are doing IGCSE English. When I assessed them, and they did the writing papers and the email writing and the articles, and the spoken was very good, we say, okay, you can good to go. So it all depends upon that how the students are capable. Yes, for 7 and 8, with the I'll say they're not an issue for them. For younger, we always do the assessment before, because there's an age gap also, and we try them. They should not be go unnoticed. The third question was about the $30 per subject. That is the monthly fees. In this monthly phase, they will joining a group of the students, which is our regular class, led by a qualified teacher, and that include about 15 to 16 interactive classes. Every week we have a timetable starting from Monday to Friday. Within the week, they will attend the classes, and definitely they're going to do the assessment and quizzes. And by May, June, they complete their complete session and appear in the exam. So this $30 per month is for the one course. If they're taking 2 courses, then $60. Taking 3 courses, then it will be $90. But it will be like a sequence of 16 classes each subject. That is a complete month, similar to the school atmosphere.
All question finished. I must thank the Cambridge institution and to the all audience that such an important institution. I have been to Cambridge, so I'm sharing with you my experience. My daughter also visited them for learning more how they do that. And the quality of them is they update their courses. It is not like a standard curriculum going on in many countries of the world. They never review their curriculum. The quality of Cambridge is that they update all the 40 courses or more, and they have a research team. We admire, we thank on behalf of the council and behalf of Pakistani community, the work they have done providing education to all the students in the world. Number 2, I thank Salman Saab and Waqar Saab for opening this institution and forming this. And this will be a great way of educating all the students, not only Pakistani. It's not easy work. It's self-satisfaction, basically. How you are happy that you are parting the education, and you are making engines for the world to serve the humanity. That's a great work you all doing. I really thank you. And whatever the council can do, council is there to help you to do more on that account. Our platform is always open for such thing. Number 3, I thank my board members. I thank my management, and especially Madam Ethel, for organizing all this, and we'll continue. Thank you very much for providing all this platform for them. Thank you.
Dr. Saab, thank you very much from all of us. God bless you. And thanks to the council as well. Great job. One more feather in their cap, alhamdulillah.
Well, you are
in
there,
our cap, rather.
You are part of the council.
Yeah, in our cap, I would say. Dr. Saab, sure. Thank you very much.
Waqar Saab in our education committee also to continue on that.
Sure, Dr. Saab. Right, sir.
So together, sir, and thank you for all the participants, and as well as our Pakistan Business Council, Dr. Kaser, Dr. Salman. We are here to support our community. We try to provide them all the solutions. You will find on our screen, our email is there, info@virtualschool.com, or our numbers are there. You can always reach out to us for any inquiry, any issue. We will be more than happy to help you, and we'll guide you for each steps. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Have a great